Many IT project managers don't know how to motivate and lead people. And I mean actual steps or actions you need to take, not a theory of motivation. That's why in this video I'll explain 4 fundamental techniques you must use. All of them are regular and recurring actions you must implement. And if you stay until the end, I'll share the most critical next step in becoming a great leader. That's because after you build correct relationships, you need to lead those people somewhere. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And you need to know that it's an excellent place for aspiring and experienced project managers. You'll learn practical tips and tricks on IT project management in the real world. The main problem is that the leadership and motivation space is so saturated with best-selling offers and influencers. They compete for the most impactful and life-changing approach for a leader. But can you actually apply those Steve Jobs type leadership approaches to your small project? The correct answer is no. Fancy and theoretical techniques from most of the books on leadership do not work in project management. Instead, you need a practical approach that works with ordinary people in a simple workplace environment. And no offense here, you often work with people who need to fulfill their basic needs first. They are not here to change the world or disrupt an industry. That's why in a project management environment you need to start by learning your people, and you do it one person at a time. The most straightforward approach here is to set up a meeting with a person on your team and ask the following questions. How do you see your role in this project and company? What do you like about working here? Don't specify what you mean, keep it open-ended. What are the things that you don't like about your work that I can fix? Again, open-ended question. So this will give you powerful insights into the professional aspects of a person. Then you can also perform a quick review of their social accounts. You want to understand in what period of life this person is. For example, do they have kids, do they like traveling or exploring restaurants, and maybe they have a fancy hobby. This review will help you match professional needs with current personal needs, and overall you will learn what this person values the most at this point of time. But you don't use this knowledge yet. That's because we don't have enough information to create a good strategy for motivation. So, what is even more important to do next? You need to address the biggest need people have in the workplace nowadays. And it's on a fundamental level. And that's a very secret knowledge. You see, in the IT industry, people work in bubbles or silos of their own home offices. Moreover, many people don't even need social connections with their colleagues from work. But everyone needs encouragement and approval, and it doesn't matter how unsocial you are. That's why the second thing you must do is provide personal feedback to each team member, and it would be best if you establish a regular routine. Ideally, you need to have one-on-one meetings every week or every other week, and in bigger teams you can do it once a month. However, if you do it on a monthly basis, you need to provide a written professional development plan in addition to your conversation. It should be detailed enough to show progress each month. So, for example, a quarterly plan may include: month number 1, read one book related to your area of expertise. Month number 2, take one online course to develop soft skills. Month number 3, give a presentation or webinar to your colleagues to teach them what you learned. If you are interested, I'll leave you a link to this template in the description below this video. You can use it free of charge on your projects. By the way, that's quite an intensive plan. Remember that professional development comes in addition to the primary responsibilities and professional life. So with this basic need covered, can you take it one step further? At this point, many project managers make one common mistake. They try to be professional, efficient, and focused on work. But studies by Google show that people want their managers to show concern about their well-being. And despite what people may say, they don't want to make it all about work in the long run. So on the one hand, some people want to have friends and friendly environment at work. On the other, some people want you as their leader to consider their personal life and challenges when you assign tasks and responsibilities. Both of these things are impossible without caring about their well-being, and it boils down to understanding three things. First, what's happening in their life today or this week. Second, in what period of life are they? For example, they have newborn kids or new romantic relationships and so on. And third, what do they value the most right now? And I'm talking about things like free time, financial security, more money, challenges, titles and promotions. So how do you show that you care about their well-being? Well, you ask and let them talk, and you do listen carefully. Likewise, you talk a bit about your life as well when they ask you. Yes, it will take time before a person opens up to talk about real problems, but there is no workaround here. It's just a basic process of building relationships with people. So, the first three steps we covered so far provide you with many small opportunities to learn more about your team members. Now you possess lots of information about each person on your project. So, what's the best way to use this information to motivate them? The answer is really simple, and when you implement the fourth step, people will love to work with you, and you will get a motivated and loyal team. In general, people struggle with advancing their careers due to a multitude of obstacles that hinder their growth. For example, they are insecure, shy, or have an imposter syndrome. Or they don't know what achievements contribute to promotions and salary raises in this organization. Or most commonly, they expect that there is an established process. They need to work hard and managers will see their impact. First of all, you need to learn the processes and workflows in the organization related to performance reviews, promotions, and salary raises. Second, you must ensure that you match people's expectations to what an organization can provide. And third, you help them through the whole process as their personal career development guide. And that's actually the most powerful aspect here, because you don't act as a mere administrator of the project. Instead, you learn a person, you know what they want and can achieve, and you match it with the needs of the organization. Of course, the person needs to reach the objectives of the development plan, and you need to deliver on the promises you make. All the above establishes you as a leader, but I call it a friend zone of leadership. Yes, you build great relationships with team members, however, it won't make them the best team ever. At this point, people expect that you will lead them somewhere, and in the case of project management, they hope you will lead them to the project's success. As a result, it will make them better experts, they will get a career boost, and in the process, they will get great experience as a team. That's why you need to cast a clear vision or strategy for finishing the project successfully. You need to display confidence in every aspect of the project. And the hardest part is that you need a strategy for the whole project that may be, for example, a year long. That's why you need to watch this video next. You will learn all aspects of project management, and it will become the basis for the project management vision for your team. Click the video now and I'll talk to you there.